everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a very highly requested video. It is my handbag collection video, and the last time I did one of these videos was back in 2020. So it's been close to 2 years since I last gave you guys an update of what's in my entire bag collection, and quite a lot has changed since I did that video back in 2020. If you're interested in seeing what was part of my collection back then, I'll have that video linked up here. But I believe I've sold 5 of the bags that I shared in that video, and of course I've added in some new ones too. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. There will be, of course, a lot of eye candy, so yeah, let's get into it. So I don't really have an order in mind of how I'm going to go through all the bags in my collection, but when I looked around me, I figured I had to start this video with this bag right here, because not only is this the newest bag to my collection, it's also my current favorite, just because this color is just so stunning. This is the 22p light pink from Chanel, and this is the mini with handle style. And yeah, Chanel releases a different light pink color in almost every single collection, but I don't think any of them compare to this light pink, because this is really just the perfect baby pink color. There is no peachy tone to it, no lilac tone to it. It's just the perfect baby pink color. That's the only way I could really describe this, and I really love the style. I love that it comes with this top handle, and I don't think the style is going anywhere. Chanel seems to be releasing the style in like an array of colors every other collection or so. So yeah, I definitely think this is going to stick around for a while, probably become a classic of sorts. And yeah, you really do get the same classic features as you would find on a lot of other Chanel bags. So you do get this Mona Lisa pocket on the back, and on the inside I have the strap tucked away, so you do get that chain strap with the leather woven through it. And yeah, I usually just keep the strap inside the bag because I typically do carry this as a top handle bag. Of course, I love my top handle bag, so that's not surprising whatsoever. And then on the inside, you also get this open slip pocket as well as a zipper compartment on the inside. Honestly, I don't use either one of those, but it could come in handy if you want to make space in your bag for other stuff that is not your wallet. So you can just put your cards or cash in those compartments and free up some space. So yeah, I really do love this bag. Part of it definitely has to do with the fact that I absolutely love this color, but even aside from that, I just highly recommend this bag anyways. Next up, this is my Dior boat tote in the toilette pattern. This has been my groceries or errands running bag, and surprisingly, I have gotten the cost per wear of this down to, I would say, like a decent amount. Of course, this is just a canvas bag, and it is quite expensive for a canvas bag. But yeah, I kind of imagined that this would be really not worth it, and that didn't end up being the case. I mean, still, it is quite expensive for a canvas bag, but I think given how much I love the design of this and how much I use it, I think it's fair. And this is in what they call the medium size now. So this used to be called the small size, but recently Dior did release like a new small size that slots between this one and the mini book tote. I really love this bag. This has been on favorites videos, most used handbags videos. So yeah, I really love this. I wouldn't necessarily say that you should get this over some more affordable tote bags if you're not specifically looking for one of the intricate embroideries that Dior does. But if you really love some of their embroidered designs, then yes, I do recommend this. And since we're on the topic of Dior, I figured I would talk about the other Dior bag in my collection, which is this bag, the Ultra Matte Navy Lady Dior in the medium size. So this is in this kind of like matte calfskin material, and the inside of this, unlike a lot of other Dior bags, this is actually lined in suede, so it's very luxurious all throughout. You also do get this shoulder strap. This one is kind of like a thinner one, so it's different than the one that you get on the My ABC Lady Dior's. I don't know the exact name of it, something along those lines, the ones that you have those choices of like 3 charms for. So this is slightly different, but honestly I think I do prefer this one just because I like having the thinner strap. I'm not a big fan of thicker straps, even though I do admit they tend to be more comfortable to wear. But yeah, I just like the look of this thinner strap. And on the inside you do have a zippered pocket as well as an open one, which that's where I tend to put my phone. So I really do like that you do get that open slip pocket, because that way I don't have to open this flap up. I can just slide my phone in and that's perfectly fine. So yeah, I really do love this bag. I have a whole video where I talk about the wear and tear of this bag. I'll leave that linked up here if you're interested. But yeah, I really love this bag. The charms are a little bit loud. I can hear them right now as I'm filming this video. That's like the one major con I have about this bag. But aside from that, really love it, and I don't see this ever leaving my collection. So I wanted to switch things up a little bit and talk about 2 more affordable bags in my collection. The first of which is this one from Poland. So this is the number 8 mini bag. Essentially it's a bucket bag style, but what makes this different from most bucket bags is it has these kind of scallop pieces all throughout the bag. So I feel like this gives this shape a bit of a feminine touch. Usually I find that bucket bags have more of a utilitarian look to it. So yes, it's functional, but there's nothing particularly fashionable about it in my opinion. So I was never drawn to bucket bags until I saw this one. It does have, you know, like your typical bucket bag features. It has this kind of drawstring feature, which I typically just let it hang loose, and also has this top handle. This bag does come with this adjustable but not removable strap. Usually I just keep the strap inside the bag, which I do with a lot of the straps of my other bags. And yeah, I find that since I don't need all the capacity that this bag gives, it's fine that I have the strap in there. It doesn't really get in the way. And this bag, even though it doesn't cost, you know, as much as some of the other ones that I've shared and will be sharing, even though it's affordable compared to those, I find that the quality of this is great. You know, you still get that suede interior. And as I mentioned, my Lady Dior also has a suede interior. And honestly, I don't really find there to be like a difference between the quality of the suede versus that suede. The outside leather feels really nice too. And yeah, I'm pretty impressed with Poland's quality. There doesn't seem to be any other styles that I'm interested in from them, but recently I did see that they came out with a few new colors for this exact bag. So those I am considering, and yeah, I really love this bag. It's one of my most used bags, which is, you know, surprising because I have so many more expensive ones, but sometimes it's the more affordable ones that just work out better. And the other more affordable bag that I have is this Wicker bag from Ulla. So this is basically a bag that I bought to use for spring and summer months only. And because of that, I didn't want to spend crazy amounts of money on it. So I decided to go for this one. This cost under $500. It's more than the Poland bag, but honestly, I think that the quality of the leather on the Poland bag is so much better than this one. So even though this is a wicker style bag, these handles as well as this little tab over here is actually made out of leather. It does also come with this detachable shoulder strap. And yeah, it's okay. It looks nice. I mean, I like the color. I like the shape of this bag. But yeah, the leather is just, it's not the greatest. I mean, it didn't cost like thousands and thousands of dollars, so I don't really mind it that much. This is probably the only wicker bag I would ever buy. I bought this maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, and ever since then I didn't really feel the need to buy another one. So yeah, wicker bags, I definitely wouldn't be spending like $5,000 on one, even though there is one from Dior that looks really pretty, I must say. Yeah, I don't think I would ever spend that amount of money on a wicker bag. So this basically just gets the job done. You know, sometimes in the summer I just want to go for this kind of more natural type of material. So that's when I grabbed this bag. I feel like I've used it enough to warrant the price, even though the quality isn't quite there. I do like this picnic basket, lunchbox type of shape. But yeah, honestly, there's a reason I don't really talk about this on my channel, because I'm just not completely in love with it. I do really like the clothes that Ulla makes, but yeah, maybe bags is not really their forte. Now going back to talking about the Chanel bags in my collection, what I always consider to be my holy grail bag is this one right here. It's the medium classic flap in black lambskin with gold hardware. So this is one of the oldest bags in my collection, but it's actually not the first classic flap that I bought. So the first one I bought was just a little bit different from this one. It was basically the same thing, except it was in caviar instead. And I ended up selling that one. I actually lost a good amount of money on selling it. Long story short, I basically knew nothing about reselling bags back then. So I bought that one for $4,900, sold it for $2,900, and then bought this one for $4,900 again. So that kind of means that I basically essentially paid $6,900 for this bag, which it's crazy to think that that's still less than what this costs today. If I didn't have this in my collection, I would run out and buy it again. So even though I don't really use it, that doesn't mean that I don't take it out once in a while and just admire it. Yeah, it's so gorgeous. And even though, you know, throughout the years of my handbag obsession, there's been bags that have come and gone. I've went from liking them to kind of like outgrowing them, changing my opinion of them. But this has kind of been a constant, you know. Before I had the money to buy any designer bag, even if it was much less than a Chanel bag, this was the bag that I always kind of like dreamed of getting. And I feel like I talk about this on so many Chanel related videos on my channel, but if you haven't at least touched lambskin, do try it out. It's just unbeatable in my opinion. And the only other classic flap in my collection is this one right here. This is an iridescent purple with kind of like shifts of green to it. And it looks really stunning on camera, but honestly, it looks even better in real life, because I feel like on camera, you can't really see the green. It's mostly the purple that you see. And this has the shiny gunmetal ruthenium colored hardware. And if this is the first time you're hearing me talk about this bag on my channel, then I'll just quickly mention it. This was a very special gift from my husband. Usually, you know, he asks me what I want for like my birthday or Christmas or like anniversaries and stuff like that. He would ask me what I want and I just tell him what to buy me. But this he actually bought for me on his own. I was completely surprised when he showed this to me. So yes, it's very special, but honestly, I don't really use this bag. I don't really have many outfits to pair this with and not many occasions to wear this. So there was a comment that I had received on one of my older videos. I can't remember who left that comment, but she basically said that it's not the physical item that's special, it's the thought behind it. So if I'm not using this bag, maybe I should consider selling it and putting that money towards something else that I would use. And in that way, that meaning behind the present kind of just shifts to that new item that I buy. I don't know, I was thinking about it, and for the longest time, I never considered selling this just because it was such a special gift. But I kind of thought about it some more, and it does make sense. So I'm kind of considering maybe selling this along and putting that money towards something else that I would also really love, and yeah, a tribute to my husband getting me that gift. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. This bag is really gorgeous, but I haven't picked this up in so long, and yeah, it looks pretty on my shelf, but unfortunately, it really doesn't get used, and I feel like someone else would not only love this as much as I do, but also actually get use out of it. But yeah, anyways, let me know what you guys think of this whole situation in the comments down below. So Chanel classifies this as an SOG, but since I use it as a handbag, I'm going to include it in today's video, and this is from the 22C collection. It's basically a mini size hat box, and it's called the Handle with Care vanity case. So it comes with this little tiny top handle, and also you do get this chain strap, and I think this is just such a cute little bag. It looks really cute whether you use it by the top handle or if you have it over your shoulder or crossbody. I just think this is so adorable. And yes, it's not the most functional bag out there, and it probably goes against everything that I believe a bag should be able to do, but what it lacks in terms of functionality, I think it makes up for in terms of just how cute and adorable it looks. And I'm so excited to use this for a wedding that I'm attending in around a month or so. I already have an outfit planned around this bag, so I'm so excited to use it for that. And yeah, I know I'm going to be looking for occasions that I could use this all throughout the summer too. And the rest of my Chanel bags are all in one single style, and I do have 4 of them. And it is the Mini Reissue style. And yes, if I like a style of bag, I wouldn't hesitate to get it in multiple colors. It's just so understated, but it works both ways. Like, you can wear it very casually, or you can dress this up and make it look really elegant. It looks great in any color hardware. So I have it in the silver hardware, I have the H gold, as well as the soul black hardware. And all the different colors of hardware change up the bag a little bit, along with the chevron quilting on this versus the diamond quilting that also changes the bag up too. So yeah, all of them look really different, and I think that they all serve a slightly different purpose in my collection. So I'm going to go through all 4 that I have and tell you how I style each one of them. So this one is the lavender color from the 21K collection, and this I mostly wear with either white or varying shades of purple. So I actually find that this purple is so much easier to style than the iridescent purple over there. I don't know, this kind of looks almost grayish in a way, which makes it easy to pair with like cool tone neutrals. And yes, this has led me to go on kind of like a shopping spree for purple color clothing, especially anything that's in like a lilac or lavender color. The shirt that I'm wearing right now was purchased as a result of buying this bag. And this is just such a unique color. You know, I mentioned earlier that Chanel does so many light pinks, and all of them look kind of similar, but just like a little bit different from one another. But I don't recall Chanel ever doing a color that is even remotely similar to this. So very, very unique, and I really do love this. But this is probably my least used one out of all my mini reissues. So after this, I guess I'll talk about the other one that I have from that same collection. So this one is in the light blue color, also from the same 21K collection. And similar to light pinks, I feel like Chanel does a lot of light blues, but a lot of them aren't quite as wearable as this one. You know, this one is really light, and it goes with blues, of course, but I think it actually looks better with gray colors, either light gray or dark gray. So that's how I usually style this bag. This one is also in silver hardware, like the lavender color one, and the chevron quilting on this just gives it that kind of like edgy look that I think really suits the reissue style of bags. So yeah, really love this one too. And this one is starting to become my most used mini reissue, but currently my most used one is definitely my So Black mini reissue. So this bag, ever since I got it, I stopped using my larger reissue with the ruthenium hardware, so I ended up selling that one. That was one of the bags that was in my 2020 handbag collection video that I no longer have, because I think the So Black hardware is just perfect on the black reissue style. I don't know, it makes perfect sense to me because it kind of looks edgy, but at the same time, the black hardware also makes it look so elegant. I thought that this would be something that I would only carry casually, but you can really style this with anything because the hardware just matches the color of the bag and it doesn't clash with anything that you're wearing. And yeah, that's why this is my most used one at the moment. The blue one is kind of creeping up there, especially now that it's getting to the warmer months. But yeah, this is just such a favorite, and Chanel does do like so black bags every so often. I feel like there might be a so black reissue for the 22A collection. It might be in patent leather though, so keep an eye out on that if you're interested in getting a so black mini reissue yourself. And then the last mini reissue that I have is a white one right here. This is actually more of an off-white color, and it's also in aged gold hardware, which gives the white a little bit more of a warm tone to it. And I really like that about it because I think that the reissue, especially with that aged calfskin, just has this kind of like vintage vibe to it. So it wouldn't make sense to have it be a stark white. I think this kind of like off-white color and this aged gold hardware just makes it like the perfect special occasion bag. I've used it for so many special occasions, so many date nights, so many like celebratory dinners, and yeah, I just really love this bag. Even though it is a little bit hard to maintain, I did get a tiny bit of color transfer on the back, but honestly it doesn't really bother me, and for a white bag I feel like this has really held up great. I realized I was kind of losing my voice as I was filming this video thus far, so I ended up taking like a 3-hour long break. And yeah, I think I sound better now. So yeah, if you notice a difference in my voice, that's why. So the next bag, which is actually the only Louis Vuitton bag that I own now since I sold my Nano Speedy, is of course my Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the MM size. This one is in the damier ebene pattern. It's got the rose ballerine colored lining on the inside, and yes, I do have all of my stuff loaded in here, and yeah, it's actually quite heavy. I didn't used to think this was that heavy, but recently, since I've been really just using mini size bags aside from my book tote, I do find this quite heavy now. And you know how some people have like, you might have a basket or some type of drawer or something by the entrance to your home where you just put like the things that you need to grab every day before you head out the door. So instead of using like a basket or a drawer for that, this serves that purpose for me. So this just has like everything that I might possibly need. So usually if I'm like putting my bag of the day away or back on display here or something like that, I would just empty, you know, like whatever was in and out, and I would just put it back in here. This used to work really well for me because this was kind of like my daily bag. So I was used to doing that, and I just kept doing that even though I don't really use this bag anymore. But this bag is probably my all-time most used bag. I probably haven't used it over 10 times throughout the past like 2 years or so, but I don't think I would ever sell this just because there's gotta be a time in the future where I'm going to have use for this again. So yeah, this is my only Louis Vuitton bag. I don't think I was ever hugely into Louis Vuitton, but I must say that the canvas on this is really durable. There was this one time where my husband basically opened a door right across the canvas on this bag, and I basically freaked out when I looked at it because there were all these white marks, and I thought for sure the canvas would not survive something like that. But once I wiped it off, I realized that the canvas was perfectly fine, and that white stuff was probably the paint that came off the door. And yeah, now I can't even tell if that happened on this side or the other side. There's no trace of it whatsoever. So yeah, this is definitely very, very durable for sure. So the final bag in my bag collection is this one right here. This is my one and only Celine bag. It is the belt bag in the picot size. And this bag is honestly also so durable. Probably not quite as durable as the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. I don't think this would win in a fight against a Dior, but this is still very, very durable. And this is kind of just the bag that I use when I don't want to worry about anything, if I want to be very carefree. So the most recent time I used this bag, I actually wore this to get Korean barbecue. And if you're familiar with Korean barbecue, there's just a lot of oil getting splattered all over the place. So even though I didn't leave this on the table or anything, I noticed that like right after dinner, this was completely covered in like little splotches of oil. So I ended up taking the only wipe that I had in the car to wipe this down, and it happened to be kind of like this antibacterial wipe, and I just like wiped it and it looks perfectly fine. You know, that's not something that I would ever do to, for example, like a lambskin bag, but I was able to do that with this to get rid of the oil and also kind of like the smell of meat from the barbecuing. But yeah, I really do love this bag. I've used it a ton and it honestly still looks the exact same as the day that I bought it. There's no wear and tear whatsoever that I can really notice. And the inside is in a suede lining. So very, very luxurious. And it does also come with this adjustable detachable shoulder strap too, which does come in handy because sometimes the top handle is not the most convenient. My hand does fit in here, but it is a little bit tight. So yeah, I like having the crossbody strap in the bag in case I need it. And yeah, this is just overall a really, really great bag. So those are all the bags in my entire handbag collection, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know a bunch of you guys have been asking me to do an updated bag collection video for a while now, so hopefully this was like a fun little video for you guys to watch. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and do let me know in the comments down below which of these bags that I shared today is your personal favorite, and also do we have any of the same bags. Definitely do let me know in the comments down below. And I do have a few bags that I hope to get for the remainder of 2022. So maybe at the end of the year, I'll do another updated video for you guys. If you want to see something like that, and if you're interested in videos on luxury and fashion, do consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss out on my future videos. And I'll leave 2 videos on the screen for you to watch next. So I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.